Good evening, Dr. Zai. My name is Taylor Bowler, and I'll be reporting on Planet Fitness for my individual project. So, as you can see, I chose Planet Fitness, so I'll just kind of go over my executive summary. So, at Planet Fitness, our WACs are calculated by the use of formula of cost equity multiplied by percent of equity added to the cost of debt multiplied by the percentage of debt times 1 minus the tax rate. So this formula first starts by calculating the cost of equity, which is next year's dividends per share divided by the current market value of the stock. The growth rate of dividends or the risk-free return, which is the beta of the average stock return, the minus the risk-free return. To find beta, you find the risk-free rate and subtract it from the market rate of return. All right. So just kind of get straight into it. You have your component of capital estimation. So just I went off of I planned my whole project based off of the format that you gave us, and the first part was to estimate the firm's approximate after-tax cost. So I found my long-term debt when it's low and high, which is 7 to 7.5%, as well as the tax rate, which remained constant. My after-tax cost of debt was 5.53, and I used these percentages. I did some calculations on a tool called Findbox, and it gave me that and my beta as well, which I can pull up here in Excel. Yep, that's my beta formula. Okay, so this is my beta of everything. This is also my return to market. So 2.798, which is also my beta. Here, as you can see, because the formula is and such. Okay. Okay. So I use the sum product, which is, excuse me, I don't want to delete this, which is all my percentages here from Planet Fitness. And that gave me the beta of Planet Fitness as well as calculated the beta for S&P 500. Just calculating everything up, which is my sum product multiplied. I'm sorry, what my geo means, which is for here it will be H2 by H of 60, which is all of my percentages. Added one, and then all of that together is just subtracted by one. So that would be the beta of S&P. And I found my inflation rate is doing my percentages here. So basic things I found my rate of return as well. So, uh, so this is my K8, as you can see. So I had 1 plus the inflation rate divided by 1 times my constant percent of 1.6, which is subtracted by 1. Too much to word up. Okay. So all my calculations are here in Excel, as you can see. So I came to conclude my calculations with the use of the U.S. Treasury percentages of 5.87%. From there, I downloaded more reports from Yahoo Finance and other calculations from Global Focus, which is another website that I have noted down below. My other calculations came from comparing my chosen company stocks and comparing them to the S&P 500 as it said to do in the YouTube video that you gave us, and to the S&P 500. From then on, I went to calculate my beta of 2.9%, and I put it here as well. And by using this formula, which is here, my other calculations were derived from financial formulas from Excel. My beta was calculated to the use of Excel formula. I put it here twice just to make sure it's being clearly noted. So I was going through my estimate capital structure and my WACs. So I had my weights of debt and I found those as well through the use of Google and such. So I had my formula, which is my net debt, which equals my gross debt minus cash. I can put it up here, down below. Sounds out of it, but okay, pull it later. Okay. So my weights of debt, so my formula equals my net debt minus my gross debt minus cash. And my debt, which was found, was 1,957 versus my market capitalization of 7,062, and my adjustment factor was 21.7. Just that constant. I believe it's similar to my tax rate. Yep, similar to the tax rate. So if I estimate the weights firms of debt and common stock using the market value of each common capital component, so you have your weights, which is the debt percent of the capital, which is pretty much the main thing they have, 0.2% versus a high of 0.3. So the equity percent of capital is 0.8 as low, and then high was at 70%. So my common stock, which is 84.69 or $84.69, or is down below in euros, 69.34, 69 euros and 34. I know they don't use cents. Okay. So you have your formula, which is my stockholders' equity minus my preferred stock, minus the addition paid in capital, minus my retained earnings, plus my treasury stock. So now I'm going to get into just going through and showing up where I found everything. I'm going to get back to this. Okay, there you go. Excuse all my tabs. Okay. So this is where I found quite a bit of information. Excuse me. Okay. So what I did was I went in and I did it by the month as opposed to the daily. So I put that on there. For it wouldn't let me go back 5, 10 years for whatever reason. So I was only able to do 5. And just so I can show you as well, I wasn't able to go back 10 years. Hold on. Let's see. One time. So I came to the conclusion that for a while, Planet Fitness wasn't traded too publicly because 10 years from this year will be 2001. Excuse me. Going up too fast. So it's just April now. So April then. Say 26. Yeah. So it wouldn't let me do it prior to 2015. So to my understanding, that's when it started being publicly traded, and or at least before it was allowed to be invested into. So I have all of my percentages here, my opens, my highs, my lows, my closes, and my adjusted closes as well. Of course, I had to go through and look at all the different statistics to try to get somewhat of a capitalization on the percentages of the ups and downs. And then for my calculating the S&P 500, same deal. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why my computer's doing that. Okay. S&P 500. So because I wasn't able to do that with Planet Fitness, I didn't do it with the S&P 500 either. So, okay, where is it? Okay. So I was able to go back 10 years with S&P 500. Not sure why it's not coming up, but I did have everything there. Oh, there it is. S&P futures. I guess that can work. So I was able to find just by clicking, typing in and searching up S&P 500. I was able to find this as well. Different. This is a different calculation, but I was able to find everything. So Guru Focus was mentioned earlier, right here. Okay. So this is where I found some of my percentages. Wasn't able, because I don't have a profile, I wasn't able to do too much. I was able to find the specifics of what I was looking for without this error message. Yep. Okay. So I read through here, just doing my due diligence, and looked for the percentages and saw that Planet Fitness was here for my gross profit asset, this percentage, which is also calculated and implemented into here, this area. So of course my weighted debt that's calculated. Those were given to me, so I found those. My WAC was calculated in there, which is pretty much everything multiplied, added together. Excuse me. Okay. So back to the paper. Okay. Now we can go on to part 2. All right. So I'll show where I got those at. Part 3. So just kind of estimating the capital structure